Icky and Ricky tour. It's the Icky tour. Yay! It's my favorite tour. All right, now we've got us leading you up front, but we needed one more person to make this tour go all the way around that back lot. That's my co-host. You know him as Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
That's right, we have a few safety rules to get through today. Now first, if you need any guest assistance or you're having a a commercial or a music video. Our tram has been seen in several movies including Big Fat Liar, and TV shows like Will and Grace. And on your screens are what some other examples of picture cars can look like. Much smaller and quieter engine. We have our original hybrid vehicles from the Flintstones, a flying car from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the Ford Anglia, the Nissan Skyline from Too Fast, Too Furious that was originally driven by Paul Walker in the film, and some prehistoric ones from the Jurassic World and Jurassic Park sagas, like the gyrosphere from Jurassic World. That looks a little different than it did in the movie. In the movie, it had glass that covered the two boys who rode inside of it, but in reality, it never had that glass. We added that in with CGI, which is computer-generated imagery. The Fry's electronic tech van, that is from the movie Nope. That's Jordan Peele's newest and latest film. And one of my favorite picture cars is the Jeep Wrangler Sahara from the Jurassic Park films. There's one over to the right-hand side of the tram, but here's how it looks hiding out in this scene.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Welcome to our very own Jurassic Park. And as we enter through these, the camouflage tank on the left is the mobile lab unit used in scene in The Lost World. The second in the franchise starring Julianne Moore, Vince Vaughn, and Jeff Goldblum. Now here at Universal, dinosaurs, they are in our DNA, so we like to keep them on hand in their empty cages. Empty means they're not full of big scary Greek dinosaurs like they should be. Oh, found them. There they are. Oops. So sorry about that. Their handler was supposed to be with them, but I don't know where she ran off to. But you know what? I never put you through a life-threatening situation without a life-saving tip. If it were you being chased down by a bloodthirsty dinosaur, all you need to do is grab a good pair of heels and run as fast as you can. That's what Bryce Dallas Howard taught me in Jurassic World. I'm going to show you what that mobile lobby looks like on the big screen. Movie era of film, no one heard a thing. These streets are very popular in the film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now in that scene overhead there's a lot of rain. That's because weather plays a large part in setting the mood and tone for the Jurassic Park films. It does take place in a rainforest climate where it rains quite frequently, but here in sunny Southern California, not so much. Now we can't always rely on that rain to create our films. We'd never get anything done. Sometimes we have to be a bit more creative with the elements and make them happen in other ways. So let's see what we can do about that here in Old Mexico. Alright, we've got thunder, we've got lightning. All we need now is just a little fall of rain. Cue the rain, please. And there we have it. I made it rain. Now we create this rain effect using high power sprinklers that shoots the water straight up into the air, and then we have a technique called gravity, which lets it fall down looking like a real rainstorm. In the earlier days of film, this rain was harder to see, but throughout the years we've perfected it. We do need the droplets a bit bigger so that they're easily read on camera. And we also have better cameras. They can pick up those minute details. We need more than just water for a rainstorm. We need to create some ambiance, some sound effects of the roaring of the thunder and the strobe lighting effects to create the lightning, and voila, we've created the perfect. Oh no, we've got too much of it. And now we're leaving Old Mexico 9, heading into the Old West. This is 6 Points, Texas. Now 6 Points got its name because it has 6 different streets, each of which has its own bank, saloon, post office, and jail. It's like each street is its own little town. That came in handy when filming the westerns of the early days of the studio because you could film up to 6 different westerns at one time on these streets. But how could you do that if each production was right next door to each other, making us and Camila Cabello? We've also filmed American Song Contest in this area. It's a very musical row of sound stages over there. That's hosted by Kelly Clarkson and Snoop Dogg. We also filmed scenes from the movie Us in those sound stages. So anytime they were in the underground, it happened in those sound stages across that pond. Now we have reached the halfway mark, and I want to remind everyone to please remain seated while we're on the tram. The studio is private property, so if at any time you drop your cell phone or you just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the cord overhead and remain seated. Also, it always looks a little too good to be true. That's because these are the sets of The Good Place starring Kristen Bell and Ted Danson.
You, Eleanor Shellstrop, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I have never ever seen this.
You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Alright, we do have an emergency card. Told if you have a dropped meters. They also made the fictional country of Genovia happen in the Princess Diaries 2, A Royal Engagement, starring Anne Hathaway and legendary Julie Andrews. Keeping with the Christmassy theme, one of my favorite shows, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, filmed their Christmas episode in this area, and during the flashback scenes for the episode with the character named Angel, this area became Ireland for those flashback scenes. Now, while this area is a beautiful fairy tale location, it started off as a nightmare. It's one of the oldest spots on the backlot. It's where the Universal monster film was born. We created the monster genre and would be nowhere without it. The year was 1931 and the film was Frankenstein. One of the most important horror films ever created. And that wasn't the only classic Universal horror film to film in this, starring Boris Karloff. Another shot of our 6 Points, Texas area on the right-hand side. On this area, there's a lot of items strewn all about. All of those items are props and set pieces, and that's anything that they can use while filming to decorate the set. And it can also be anything that an actor holds or touches in a scene. It can be as small as a paperclip to as large as a grand piano. Now it's time for us to take a nice trip to Amity, the seaside town where there was a rumor of a man eating great white shark, which sounds a little scary, but I've got my buddy George in the waters placing it one more time, just in case there are any more pesky sharks that might be in those waters lurking around where we can't see. George is really doing a lot of the hard work for us today, looking underneath the water, or the shark's coming straight towards us. I made a mistake, huge. That shark's much bigger than the one we caught. Yeah, George, buddy, I know you're over there somewhere. Hey, George, can you get off that boat? Or get back in that boat. Get out of the water. Yeah, stop getting in the water there. George? Yeah, get out of the water, George. All right, everyone, just remain calm and seated as we make our way across the dock to safety. Kids, he just spilled his juice box. I don't want you guys to worry. I told him not to go swimming with Hawaiian Punch in his pockets, but he never listens to me. As long as we hide out behind these flammable gas tanks, we should be just fine. Oh, good, he took the escape route. Oh, well, it's time to panic. Now, if you think Bruce is a common name for a shark, it kind of is. Our very own Bruce is the inspiration for Disney's animated Bruce in Finding Nemo. Now, he's also very talented. You'll notice he's the only shark in existence who can swim the backstroke. Though talented, he was a bit of a terror to work with on the set of Jaws.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrated. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio voice. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited.
The shark worked well enough for a while there in cases all night. So I really owe the shark a lot.
Right behind the chicken range is a weird half of a house, just the front side of a building. Perfect example of a facade, all that they needed to build to show that the chicken ranch had next door neighbors. Silly that they forgot about the neighborhood down the street to the left that is full of houses. And down that street, that is our Colonial Street. It's also known as Anywhere USA. It's more commonly recognized as Wisteria Lane from ABC's Desperate Housewives. That is Norman Bates. Sometimes he does get a bit stressed when he sees all of us and he knows there's not enough room for everyone in the motel. So he's got a lot to do today. I'm sure he's going to spruce up the place for Christmas. But he's... Oh, okay. Norman, you have a tram literally full of people who are all watching you. They are a key witness now. Yep, I don't think you're going to want it. No, you don't want that. Okay, Ricky, it's time for us to check on out of here right now. $200,000 ripped up and destroyed into 3 pieces. This is all that is left of the neighborhood where Tom Cruise hid out in the film.
The airplane crashed inside 7.
War the world. Well, Father, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. Well, you're doing good. Keep listen to me. Listen to me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Got them closed? Gabby, get in. Get in.
Now that's one of the largest. All right, we have another emergency card code. He's important to us here at Universal. He got his start at Universal. We would be nowhere without him, as he's made some incredible films throughout the years. Now, this set is the most elaborate set pieces ever created. It rivals Cecil B. DeMille's Ancient Egypt in the Ten Commandments, and even James Cameron's rebuilding of the Titanic. Most sets of that.
Bring it to life. It's Jupiter's Planet, nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jude Park. Over there, look into the Winking Way and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Why? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso Experience, built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, gold rush content lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of the beautiful hotspot. Welcome to the world of no.
All right, let's see if they're ready for us to join.
My name is Roman Pierce. Pleased to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you from Shaw for a while. So we brought you in our secret spot.
All right, look, guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your...
Everybody out! This is the FBI! Turn that music off!
This is what we doing. This is the race day after party, and where the other...
Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move.
Them?
That's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not...
You're under arrest right now.
Baby, just back up a little bit. I got you. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop us and just to clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Hobbs, escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
You got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of this.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate.
Shaw traced us. Hobbs can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle.
It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Roman, grab your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
All right, we're moving right now. Wasn't expecting that, but it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this together as long as we put on those protective glasses now, stick together, and remain seated at all times. We will get through this. Hobbs says this is the safest location for us to hide out.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
Move! After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime. Cover them up. This is can't move it fast enough. Roman, Lenny, hook him up.
Hit it!
Now we're moving.
Yeah, look out!
You give me the witness, Toretto, and we call it a day. The witness is mine, Lenny.
How about you eat asphalt?
Don't think you're getting away. Call it the close.
Way to go, Lenny. Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got this. Hit the nitrous.
We're not gonna make it!
Ride and die.
Ah.